Okay, good.
Okay, it says recording in progress.
Okay, good. I've never done that before. I'm learning. So, okay, alrighty. So let me begin with that. It's June 16th, 2022. And what I'm doing is what I call a cold reading. A lot of times I'll sit ahead of time and see what comes through. And I did do that, and some information did start coming through. But we'll also see what happens as we progress. Okay, so let me just so first of all, I'm very, very sorry to both of you, especially Peg, at the loss of your husband and your dad.
Thank you.
So I'm very, yeah, yeah. But I do have to say, you're usually so very regular with always booking appointments. And then I understand with COVID and everything, and then when I didn't hear from you for a while, I became concerned. And where I always wanted to reach out to you, not where I'm trying to promote business, but just out of concern. Because what happens is there forms what I call a trinity, if you will, a divine trinity. And especially with Christopher's wonderful energy. So there would be like a trine between yourselves, myself, and the spirit realm with Christopher. And I don't have that with all people that I sit with, but I do have to say I do feel that with you. So I was concerned. So I just want to say that.
Well, now we know, so we will keep it more regular.
Yeah. Oh no, that's not how I meant it.
I know, but
how
I feel.
Yeah, that's not how I meant it. I just felt, I did feel like the last couple of years were quite turbulent for you and your family. Just felt that way.
Yeah.
Okay, alrighty. So when I sit, what I call blending the power, I usually see, I get a color of purple, which is very spiritual. But then I was very much aware of when I start getting that very bright white energy, it's a highly evolved energy that's coming through. And as I was sitting, I was getting that, and again, I just knew that it was Christopher letting me know he was there. And I do want to let you know that he did greet your husband, Peg, George, when he passed over. He wanted to tell me that I was there for Grandpa. And he also, the spirit realm always knows ahead of time. It's kind of like a bell rings, if you will, when a loved one is passing over. And I have to say, Chris made me feel that he had a couple of days alert. So he was aware of it at least 2 to 3 days before your husband passed. So I don't know if that makes sense with how he passed, but he did make me aware of that, if that makes sense at all.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Now, when I was blending with George, I was aware of, I don't know whether it was COVID related, heart related, or respiratory. But I have to say I was aware of his respiratory system and his heart physically. Would that make sense at all?
I think that's probably how he passed, from his heart, and he did have some respiratory issues at the very end where he had to go on oxygen.
Yeah, okay, because he was making me aware of that stress, if you will, on his physical body, and he wants to let you know that that is no longer the case. That is no longer the case, that he's of course, in the spirit realm, they no longer have a physical body, but they will, again, put on the trappings of what they were when they were here. So he wants to let you both know that he's fit as a fiddle, if you will, once again. And I don't know if he had he's wearing a blue shirt. And I don't know if he had a favorite blue shirt or something, but he's wearing a blue shirt and he wants you to know that. So for whatever reason, Peg, I don't know if there was a favorite blue shirt, but he's wearing it for you. Okay, alrighty. Now, another image that he showed me was he was in a rowboat with you, with Peg, And he said many times, and I think he was comparing it to the ups and downs of life. And so many times the two of you have been out in the rowboat and may have been a bit rocky or wavy, but then he also showed me the two of you on an ocean liner. So I don't know whether you've ever taken cruises before also, but he showed that also. He shared that also with you.
He took a cruise with that.
Yeah, I took, yes, not many though.
Yeah, but he did show that one reference to it. Okay. So now, your father is extending his gratitude to you, Kevin, for coming up to the bat. For being a good support system for your mom all during this. You would understand that. Yeah, so he's very, very grateful for that, and he wouldn't expect anything less from you. He wouldn't expect anything less from you. Now, Peg, I know your residence was before in Florida. Are you now here with Kevin?
Yes, I am
Permanently?
permanently,
Because
yes.
that's what it felt like. That's what it felt like, and that was another reason I felt George was saying. Again, thanking you, Kevin, for again opening your heart, your home to your mom, because I no longer felt her in Florida. I felt she was with you physically, permanently. Okay, so that makes sense. Good. I'm glad that makes sense. Okay, so have you sensed him around you, Peg?
Sensed him around you, Peggy.
Is what?
Have you sensed him around you?
No, I haven't. I want. I keep on praying that I dream of him, that he helps me to dream of him, but I don't sense it.
Has he come in your dreams?
Yes, he has.
Okay, that
Yes.
is one of the easiest ways spirit can communicate with us is through the dream state.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
do not doubt that that is him.
Oh, no, I know that was him.
Yeah, and either they can like weave themselves in the plot of the dream, or you can have a dream and you kind of just look over in the dream and then you'll see him standing there.
Yes.
Yes, so yeah, do not doubt that, because he did make me feel that you weren't aware of him outside of the dream state, even though he's there.
Right.
And a lot of time that has to do with our grieving, how much we are grieving. It's kind of, if you know the comic strip Peanuts, there was a character called, I think, Pigpen, and over its head there was always like this static and this, interference, if you will. So that is the only reason at this point in time that you're not aware of his presence around you outside the dream state. But I'm sure as time goes by, you will be, because he's very, his desire to make himself known is very, very strong, Kevin, have you been aware of his presence?
Not much, but there may have been certain signs. I
Okay.
might have forgotten.
That's okay.
We heard noises when we were in Florida, like something dropped or crashed in the kitchen. Remember
Okay.
that?
Yes.
And we couldn't find like what it was, like that could have made that noise.
Yeah, they will move things, they will make noises, they will try to communicate where maybe your phone will be ringing and there's no one on the other side, on the other end. So there's many ways, especially through electronic devices, that he will try to make his appearance or his energy known to you both. I do have to say I'm aware of him when you're going to bed at night, Peg, where he's sitting alongside of you and he's holding your hand. He's holding your hand to give you comfort. He made me feel like, I don't know if this is something he did regularly.
Yes, he always did. Every day for 63 and a half years.
Oh,
He held my hand. We always held hands.
yes. Well, he still is.
Everybody knew that.
Yes, he still is. He's still holding your hand. He's wearing the wedding bands, that type of thing, and it's like he's massaging your hand. He's holding your hand, squeezing it, and letting you know, I am with you. I will always be with you. Okay. All right.
I believe that.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I'm
He
glad you
loved, he
do.
loved me that much. He loved me so like no husband has ever loved a wife. He was unbelievable.
Well, how
Every
for,
day he would tell me how much he loved me. Every morning he would wake up and tell me how much he loved me. He didn't miss a day.
what a wonderful gift.
Oh yes, he was
And I mean,
something special.
and as we all know, being married, not everybody has that. So many people
No, I
do
know.
not have that. So it's so special when you do.
I
So
know. I know. I'm grateful for that.
it's wonderful. Also for them in the spirit realm. Now we all kind of think of heaven being up above, but actually the spirit realm is right here. And it's almost kind of like there's a phrase sideways to the sun, if you want. So it's almost like being able to just tweak our energy a little bit differently, and then we blend with it. So he is here. He is around you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And as I said, and as the healing starts within, you will be more aware of his presence. He's definitely going to be, make sure of that. He also wants to let you know, he knows you're a little bit troubled about your mind. You're a bit troubled
You're
about
troubled about your mind.
No.
Oh, okay. Do you feel like you're a little spacey every now and then?
No.
Okay, so maybe I'm misunderstanding, but he wants to let you know if you are feeling that way, it's only because, again, of the grief. It's only because of the grief, and it would only be kind of a temporary thing.
Oh, I'd be forgetting. I feel I'm forgetting things. Yes.
Yes.
I do
Okay.
feel that I'm forgetting things.
Yes, he is aware of that, and he
Okay.
doesn't want you to worry about that. He does not want you to worry about that.
Okay. Now that's
Yeah.
it then.
Yeah, because we go through a lot physically, emotionally, spiritually, and mentally, when we've lost a loved one like this, and
Right.
so it will have its effects.
Okay.
He's also sitting next to you when you're watching television.
He always did.
Yep. So he's
And we held hands watching TV too. Always. We always held hands.
okay. Well, he's still there holding your hand. He's still
Okay.
there holding your hand, and yeah, he has a big smile on his face right now too.
Yeah.
Kevin, he wants to, good. Kevin, he wants to let you know that you should be very, very proud of your son. He's made the transition of your father so easy, and he is not surprised of his grandson's enlightened state, because he was that way when he was on Earth. He was that way when he was on Earth, and so your father's acknowledging that, and just the tears that came to your father's eyes when he was there to greet him, and what a beautiful, beautiful reunion they had. Okay. Peg, I'm not sure if I'm right here. Does your husband have a brother in spirit?
No. No.
Okay. All right. Because there's another gentleman that he's met up with, that he's making me feel that he's a brotherly energy.
My brother and him.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. And were they close in life?
They were friends. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Because again, I was aware of a brotherly energy that it was also there, and they're catching up, if you will. They're catching up.
Yes. That would be.
Is your brother's coloring like yours?
Yes.
Yeah, because as he's trying to project what this man looks like, I would see family resemblance with the hair color and the skin tone and things like that.
Yes.
Alrighty. I'll make sure I bring it up later, where Christopher is talking a lot about his brother. So I'll make sure that I bring that up. but I'm staying here right now. I feel George is also putting balm on your hands, Peg. I don't know if you've been having any arthritic pain or anything, but it's like he's putting a salve on your hands also.
She's been complaining that her skin has been dry lately.
Okay, so this is maybe why he's doing that.
Right.
Yeah.
He's putting cream on your hands.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he's making me aware of that. I wasn't sure whether it was arthritis but for whatever reason, yeah, he's doing that also.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're in Jersey also. I don't know if I mean, it's raining today, but I don't know if you've had this beautiful weather that we've been having.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It only rained this morning.
Yeah.
Otherwise it's been nice for a little while.
Yeah, because he's bringing up this time of year and how much the two of you enjoyed it very much. How much the two of you enjoyed this weather, Peg. Also, too, was he a bit of a gardener or did he enjoy flowers?
No, not in the later years. No, years ago, he
Okay.
used to do more gardening.
Yeah, and that's enough. Did you also do gardening with him?
Yeah, but everything he did, I had to be with him.
Yeah, because
Every
I
little
think he's
thing around the house, I had to be his helper. He always
Yeah.
wanted me near him all the time.
okay. But so I think he's bringing up past memories of this time of year and flowers and that type of thing, if you will.
He could be bringing up flowers because of some flowers that were just planted also, maybe.
That's very true. That's very, very true. So that's him seeing what's going on also. Yes, your grandson is also wanting to let you know, Peg, that Grandpa is in good hands. I have him. I have him, and he's in good hands.
I believe it.
I'm showing him the ropes. He's saying, I'm showing him the ropes. And it feels like he's introduced him to a lot of people. In fact, your husband's kind of like, oh, come on, let's sit a bit, because again, the enthusiasm coming from his grandson. And as he said, he's a light to contend with. He's a light to contend with. Okay, so I'm going to go with information that I was receiving before. Michael's your other son, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like Chris is giving him kudos or congratulations. I don't know whether he's either graduated from college or recently, but he's sending him congratulations. Would that make sense?
Yes, he just graduated from college.
Oh, okay, good. He's telling me what a very good mind his brother has.
Yeah.
He has a lovely academic mind.
Yes.
And I don't know whether Michael wishes to take a break, but has he mentioned about wanting to go for his master's?
No, he doesn't have to. Honestly, he's taking a break now for a trip before he starts his job.
Okay. But I wouldn't be surprised somewhere down the road he will continue his education. Was he in business arts?
No, he's engineering.
Okay, all right. Thank you for that. But yes, so again, please extend to your son Chris's thumbs up. Okay. He's making me feel that Michael has a serious nature to him. Would that make sense?
I guess he could. Yeah, sure.
Where Chris is comparing him to himself, and in many ways they're very alike. But Christopher's making me feel, he can woo, woo, woo a little bit more than Michael.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah, he'll do well with his work. He has what I would say quiet leadership ability.
Yeah.
Quiet leadership ability. He may prefer working on his own, but he's also a very good team player. And if I'm saying anything that doesn't you agree with, please let me know.
No, that sounds right.
Alrighty. Chris was showing me before, and I believe this is down the road a bit. Would I be correct that there's not a serious young lady in Michael's life now?
We don't, he's very quiet about anything on that side or that topic. So if it's possible, that could be, but he doesn't, he keeps that private.
Okay, yeah, I could see that with how I'm sensing his personality. But I feel down the road, and I don't know how far down the road, let me see, what is he, about 23 or 24?
Yeah, he'll be 24 in December.
Okay, so I do feel down the road that there will be a young lady in his life, and definitely there will be marriage, because what Chris was showing me was 2 grandchildren.
Yeah.
And how it will affect both your lives, almost like how they're a gift from spirit, and how all your lives will change when this comes to pass. Okay, so, and I do have to say it felt like 2, and it did feel like either boy, girl, or 2 boys, but I'll just leave that there because nothing is fixed in the ethers, but that just feels like it could be a possibility.
Okay.
So it's grandfather and great grandmother.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Okay, now. Kevin, is there any reason why Chris is going to your hands?
I don't know.
Nothing going on with your hands?
No.
Okay,
Not my
okay.
hands. No.
Okay, are you doing a lot on the computer with work?
No.
Okay.
I stopped.
Oh, okay. Oh, are you retired?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good for you. Good for you. Yes, something with hands. Okay, let me just see. Would you understand if I said you and your mom are both supporting each other health-wise?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess-
Yeah.
I guess so.
I don't buy certain foods that I may used to have bought because I know that she'll know that it's not as healthy as I should be having. So I'm eating healthier because of it.
Okay. George is making me feel that his papers were in order.
Yeah, he documented a lot of things. It's a long process though to
Oh, I know
get
that.
through it, but it was well documented.
Yeah, because again, because he always wanted to make sure that it would be accessible, it would be understandable, you'd be able to get your hands on things for your mom's sake.
Right.
would I be correct that it was not a long illness?
I'd say 6 months,
Okay, all
the
right,
beginning of it, 6 months.
okay,
It got worse, later on,
yeah,
cancer.
okay. For him, it went very fast.
Good.
I mean, I'm sure going through it, it was not pleasant, but for him, the time went too fast. That's why I was wondering, that's why I kind of felt it was not a long illness.
Right, right.
He's chuckling, he said, because we were both being brave for each other.
We were both being
Brave,
brave for each other. Oh,
yes. Yeah, you for him and he for you.
okay.
And he tried to make light of it.
Uh-huh. That would be him.
Yes. He's met a lot of people there, many spirits, many men his own age and women his own age. And he said sometimes it's like they want to walk in the other direction because it's like he's always opening up his wallet and showing them your picture. So I found that's comical.
Cute.
Because always taking out you. He showed me like sitting on a park bench with someone and taking out the picture and just reliving all the wonderful memories the two of you shared.
I show people his picture too.
I
And I kiss
understand.
it.
I understand. We had a good run. He's saying we had a good run.
I had a beautiful life with him.
Yes, yes. And as he's saying that, he's standing alongside you and he's like crooking his arm around yours.
Okay. I wanted it to never end.
I know it's hard to accept this now, but it hasn't ended. It's eternal.
That's
I
right.
realize you don't have him with you physically,
Right
but
now.
he's with you in spirit. I think what I wanted to say, and I went in another direction, when I was saying that the spirit realm is here, they don't have time the way we do. We're very linear as humans. We see time linear, years passing by. But for them, for him, let's say you join him 30 years from now, for him, it's shorter period. He knows you will be with him soon, even though on Earth time, you may still be here another 20, 30 years. Okay?
I hope not.
But he knows that. He knows that. So yeah. And the bonds of love, they never end. They never break. Was he in the service?
He was in the reserves.
Okay. But did he have a uniform?
Yes, he had a huh?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, all right.
He was a petty officer, chief petty officer.
Okay. I have to say though, and there's no way I can prove this, I do believe in reincarnation, but he's shown me a scene of a dance and it feels like it's a military dance and I'm going back to another lifetime, if you will, and the two of you are there dancing together because he is in a uniform. But again, it's years prior, years prior, may even be World War I don't know. But it's, so this is not the first time round for the two of you. This is not the first time round. And it
Wow.
won't be the last.
Okay.
For some reason, Christopher's lighting, you know, those 4th of July sparklers?
Yes,
Yeah, he's lighting those for some reason.
okay.
Yeah. Okay, have you actually already emptied out your Florida residence?
Yes, the house was sold and she moved to Jersey with the contents, yes.
Okay, alrighty, because he's aware of certain things of his that you kept.
Oh, yes,
You know,
his artwork.
yeah, but, oh, lovely, lovely. But also, I feel personal things. Was there a shirt of his that you kept?
No, not that I know of.
Okay, alrighty.
Sure, we have jackets still.
Yeah, I have some jackets still.
Okay, because he's making me feel that you kept certain clothing of his. Also, were there rings?
Yes, he's got
Yes.
rings, yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, so
You probably,
Yeah.
yeah, Kevin has his rings.
good, 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 yes, because he's aware of that and that makes him happy. And will Stephen get a ring?
Sure, if he wants, sure,
Yeah, I think your father would like both of you to have, you know,
sure.
something of his. But he does feel that you are the more sentimental of the two of you. Of you and your brother, you're probably more sentimental with things.
Yeah, well, he's pretty sentimental with respect to my dad, though, since
Okay,
he
He's
passed.
just not a jewelry person.
Yeah.
That's why.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's just kind of like a remembrance, if you will.
Yeah.
He knows how hard it was for you to leave your home. In some ways, you want to escape it, if you will, but in other ways, he knows how hard it was for you to leave, but he's reminding you, I am not there. I am with you. I'm here in your heart.
To be honest, the house was beautiful and it didn't break my heart to leave it. Without him, it was nothing.
Exactly. Yeah, that's
He was
exactly
the
what
main thing that made the house, and it was beautiful. And my life was beautiful with him. Without it, it was just bricks and mortar.
I understand. I understand.
And it was a beautiful, beautiful house.
Lovely. He knows you're not ready to hear this yet, but you know, your life is not over. You still have things to do.
Okay.
So it's kind of like he wants you to get off your butt, if you will, and make sure you get around a little bit,
Well, I have a walker. I'm stuck with a walker.
Yeah, I had a feeling there was issues there.
Yeah,
I had a feeling there were issues, but
I can't manage alone.
yeah, that's what I kind of sense that. That's why I felt why you're with your son now.
Right.
He's reminding you to think before you act. Because how can I explain it? You can be a little impulsive at times. He's making me feel where, you know, making sure if you're walking or whatever, that you're, you know, paying attention to what you are doing.
Like going down the steps or something, just to make sure you always pay attention
Yeah,
and
I
not.
do. Yeah, I am paying attention.
There was one time where she went to the top of the steps and she lost balance a little bit in front of us when my brother was here, and he saw it. He got scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just want her to be always careful when she's walking to make sure.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly what he's getting at.
Yes.
And he said, Chris will bring you wherever you wish to go. Chris will, if you want to go shopping or whatever that is, Chris will take you.
Chris or me?
Oh, excuse me, Kevin. I apologize, Kevin.
It's okay.
I know.
Chris just said, me too. Okay, the summer solstice is coming up, and it is on Tuesday, the 21st. And Chris is making mention of that. And he's showing me the tarot deck because there is what they call the sun card. And of course, this summer solstice is all about the sun. And it's this beautiful child on a horse, this young child on a horse, and like almost like with the beams of the sun around them. And I can see Chris having that energy. So just be aware on Tuesday if you're more aware of his presence around you, Kevin.
Okay.
For him to bring this up. Because I know you have seen with orbs and things with him.
Yes.
Previously. So just you may want to have a look out or have your camera ready. For I just feel like it's a time also when the veil between the two worlds is thinner, so we can be even more aware of their presence.
Okay.
I feel like he's also pushing you to have more of a social life. Would that make, would that make sense?
Yeah.
And he understands, you want to be with your mom, you want to make sure she's fine. But he's also saying, please make sure that he wants you to have more of a social life.
So do I.
Yeah, and he wants you to have a social romantic life.
So do I.
Well, I do too. I just
We pray to him all the time that he comes along.
Sure, but
good.
Right, and I have many, many lovely people that come to me that sit across from me, and they want someone in their lives, and I'll say, well, what are you doing? Do you expect the person to come knocking on your door?
Right.
So you have to put yourself out there, and your son is the first one pushing you there because you deserve it, Dad. You deserve to have that. You have so much to give to someone. You have so much heart presence, if you will.
Right.
So put that on your priority list. And I may have said this before. I don't know if you are partial to blondes, but I keep seeing a blonde lady. A blonde lady. Are you open to doing, what are those things, like dating services on the computer, or have you tried that?
I've tried them in the past, and then
they don't. Okay.
It never worked out in the past. Yeah.
Okay. I hear that with a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I mean, even if it's going through friends that you do have, married friends, don't be afraid to say, hey, if do you know any nice young ladies that you may think I would want to be with. So put yourself out there. You're a young man and you have many, many years ahead of you. He's bringing up his mother. He's making me feel that you do not have contact with her.
Right.
But he's aware of, I almost want to say health issues, if you will. And I feel like it's more mental health issues, if that would make sense at all.
Maybe. Maybe. She lost her boyfriend recently.
Okay. Okay. There's a very mature aspect to Christopher, especially in regards to his mother. He has a, he makes me feel that he has a healthy detachment, but at the same time, because of his spiritual presence, we have what we call universal love, where it's not necessarily a personal love, but it's just a universal love that you would even have for a stranger on the street, if you will. And that kind of feels what to me is like how he sees his mother.
Okay.
Kevin was a father and a mother to his kids, and the kids lived with him, with Kevin. So they preferred Kevin over their mother because she wasn't a real good mother.
Well, there's no doubt of the heart connection that Chris has for his dad. No doubt whatsoever. And when I say that too, it's kind of like it's almost like he's taking on the role of caretaker of his dad from where he is, concerned with his health, wanting to make sure he's eating, that all those type of things, having a social life. So he's your son's biggest cheerleader, put it that way. Okay. And again, if you don't want to share any of this is fine. Is your ancestry from Great Britain?
On my father's side.
Yeah.
I'm taking the preferred name. Okay. Is it English as opposed to Irish?
He's both.
He's
Okay.
Everything. German,
Okay.
English, and Irish.
Okay, because for some reason Christopher's dressing himself up almost like a leprechaun, if you will, or doing an Irish jig, if you will. So for some reason he's expressing that part of his ancestry, if you will.
Yeah, because mom's all Irish. My father was
There you go.
half Irish, I think.
Yeah, okay, so there you go. So he's celebrating his bloodline, if you will, his
Okay.
ancestry. And I can see it because he has a nice little twinkle in his eye all the time. He wants to ask you a question, Kevin.
Okay.
Do you see him at the age that he was when he passed, or do you see him as he's now an older teenager?
I guess how he was, but I always try to imagine what he might be like.
Yeah, because that's what he is. He wants to let you know that I'm still growing, even though I don't have a physical body. But as I'm presenting myself, I don't know, would he be about 16 or so, 16 or 17,
Um, he would be
15?
18
Oh, really?
coming up in July.
Okay, because again, I have an older teenager here in front of me. I remember the first time he came in, that beautiful face of his. But he is maturing. He is
Okay.
maturing. And just, he wanted to share that with you.
Can I ask a quick question of him?
Of course, of
I
course.
have all like the little tiny trinkets on top of his stone at the cemetery, that he liked, at the time of his passing and stuff, like a little
Yes, like soldiers.
soldiers, little
Yes.
sports things, etc. Does he still like that, or does he think that he's older now that it should be?
Okay. I understand. No, he likes it. Personally, I'm surprised that they'd still be there. But if they are, he likes it.
Okay.
It's a connection for you to him. Yeah, no, he's fine with it. He's
Okay.
fine with it.
Yeah. My mom had a question.
Sure.
Is your question?
Forgot what I was.
Okay. She can't remember the question right now.
Okay, well, when it pops up, you let me know.
I have a quick question though, while we're just doing questions.
Sure.
If you talked about, like, if I talked to Dad about something before he passed, and like in passing, even for a couple of years before he passed, saying, if I ever pass, you tell me this one little thing, and I'll know. Do they remember after that, or?
Some will show images. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. Has your dad been gone 3.5 years or so? How long has your dad been passed?
Oh no, September of 21.
Okay, okay, more recent than I realized.
Yeah.
Nine months today. Like this.
Yeah, 9 months today,
Okay,
and she's getting messages.
okay. I'll share the images that I'm seeing. I have to say one was marbles. The other was, would you vacation on a lake together?
No,
Uh,
no,
I have to say you show me a lake and a rowboat.
no.
Okay, all righty. So let me just
It was more a number.
a number. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I have to say no. Would 18 mean anything?
That's part of it. Yeah.
Okay, I have to say the first image I saw was a 1-8.
Yeah.
What is it?
1812.
Oh,
Okay, and that was it. That was
Yeah, that's part of it. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm
Close
glad
enough.
I'm
Yeah.
glad I got that much at least. Okay, so I hope that's enough to confirm it for you.
Yeah.
Okay, all righty.
I have the question now. Did George see his other grandchildren who were Chris's, Chris's brothers, brothers and sisters who are passed.
You're saying Chris had 4 brothers that passed?
No,
Well, that for sure we had identical twin girls that were lost at 20 weeks old,
Okay,
and they were the same exact day of his birth the year before. So he was born on the day that they passed
okay,
a year later.
okay. That's interesting. My mom had identical twin girls who also passed
Well, what other ones were?
at that, yeah, yeah, also had at that stage of the game, if you will.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. It feels like a no. Did you say there were 20 months when they passed?
20 weeks.
20 weeks
Yes.
when they passed. Okay, so about 5 months. Okay, so let me just. I'm not sensing it.
Okay.
We're taught, and there's no way I can back this up, but one of my teachers mentioned where children, because again, if one believes in reincarnation, they are given I'll put it a pass, if you will. They're given a pass, and he said up to 7 years old, that if once they've come into this new incarnation, if for any reason they decide they're not ready, or it may have been a mistake for them, whatever reason, that they can leave the earth, if you will, without having any karmic impact, if you will. Take from it what you will. I think about it, I'm not sure whether, but no, no. And he's also, I have to say, he's also making me feel, I mean, he may have been aware of this, of these girls, but he's making me feel that it didn't even cross his mind to try to sense them, if you will.
One quick thing, did he was close with our dog. Did our dog ever, cross paths with him or my father?
Okay. Yes, it's a larger dog.
Yeah.
It's a larger dog. Not an Irish setter, but kind of that size. My friend had a Labrador retriever.
He's a golden retriever.
Okay, a golden, okay, because they were showing me that. Okay, yes, yes.
Okay, good.
Did he used to ride it?
Maybe when he's little, he could have.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yes. Now this was your dog, not your father's dog?
My dog, yeah.
Yeah, because that's what it feels like. Yeah.
We have 2 cats. Do the cats see or sense either of them? Or do they visit the cats we have?
Yes, I believe I have 3 cats, and they're very, very sensitive. Have you noticed times when they're just staring into space?
Yes.
That like they're staring at something or someone.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. Cats are very, very sensitive to that type of energy, if you will. And I just feel with both of them, you have seen them where they're just staring at something in the room and they're seeing spirit. So
Okay.
yes.
And my dog, after Christopher passed, my dog one of the first things I saw was he was looking downstairs from the kitchen, wagging his tail, and there was nobody down there.
Yeah.
So I knew he was looking at him.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, they're quite, yeah. Cats are very, very sensitive to energy, especially healing energy. I know whenever I'm sitting in my area that I do my work, my cat could be in a completely different other part of the house, and they have to sit to be in that energy. So
Yeah,
yes,
one of the cats just walked by us before. At least he was rubbing against my legs with it.
yeah,
That's good.
yeah. No, they definitely know.
That's why Curtis be so attached to me.
One of our cats has been very comforting for Mom, staying with her, sleeping with her.
Yes,
Is that one of the reasons? Because he's helping with healing for her?
without a doubt. Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, they sense your energy. Yeah, no, without a doubt.
We were wondering if it was George, every night he sleeps with me, the cat. It's a routine. If I go to the bathroom, he waits outside, I come back, then he gets back in bed again with me.
Yeah, let me just,
He's with me all the time.
no, I don't said George is the cat, but
Yeah, I know.
yeah, no, well, some people may feel that way, but he definitely approves of what the cat is doing.
Oh yeah, he's helping me.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Very
Some animals
confident.
can be very, very sensitive of humans' needs. And as we all know, cats aren't as open a book as a dog is, but yeah, let me just yeah, it's almost like the cat is becoming what we call your familiar, blending with you, wanting to be there for you.
Right. Okay.
Lovely, lovely. Have you had a photograph of George that has been moved?
Yeah.
Yes.
Am I correct? He's making me feel there's more than one photograph of him displayed in the house.
No.
Well, he's with Christopher in there. I mean, yeah, in your little thing there.
Oh,
He's making me feel, Peg, do you have a picture of him by your bedstand?
No, I don't. No.
Okay, well, I think that he wants you to have one there.
Oh, okay.
Because he's projecting.
I have them in my wallet, all little pictures of him that I take out all the time.
Okay, well, I think he wants to be by your bedside, and he's making me feel he's on a shelf somewhere in the house also.
Yeah, he is.
he's on the shelf, and we had to move it because it would make Mom
I
cry.
would cry too much. I couldn't even look at it.
Okay.
So I had to change it a little bit on the same shelf, but that I couldn't see it. It wasn't in my view because I couldn't bear it.
Okay.
I had to give it a break.
I understand. So when you are ready, when you feel you are ready.
Yeah, I'm ready now. I've been ready. I moved it then a little bit more and I'm looking at it and I'm not crying.
Okay.
So
Yeah, no,
it's better.
crying is a good thing. Don't never put your grief under a bushel. Never, do not be afraid to grieve. It's healthy for you. And there's many stages of grief that you'll experience, and it's healthy. It's healthy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just another evidence, if you will, of the deep love and relationship that the two of you shared.
Right.
and we'll share again. You will get to the point. We can get to the point. Okay, now with me being a medium, not everybody can read for somebody else, but you can all have your own mediumistic experiences, which you do when he's coming to you through the dream state. You're going to start being aware of his energy around you.
Okay.
And the more you come out of the heavy grieving state, then you'll be aware of him more around you. And just with, again, the extent of your love and knowing him, he will make that presence known. He will make that presence known. You'll get to that point when you're watching the television. Oh, he's sitting next to me. I can feel him. Or when you're ready to go to bed at night. Oh, I know he held my hand, but I know he's sitting next to me right now and he's holding my hand. He'll also start dialoguing with you. You'll actually get to the point when you can hear what it is he wants you to know. It comes with time. It comes with time, but you will have that.
Okay.
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 After Christopher passed, my mom felt, even me at a different time, that my mom's back was being rubbed, and then she called out to my dad, and he wasn't near her. She thought it was him doing it, but she felt that was Christopher rubbing her back. And I had a similar experience where I felt it go from my shoulder down to like my leg and then back up again one night, a little bit after he passed.
Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful that you were able to experience that. Oh, yes. They do so much. They do so much. And the more we are open to receiving, the more you'll be aware of. Never panic or get worried if for whatever reason you don't sense his energy for a while, because they do have responsibilities, if you will, in the spirit realm. I remember one time my mom coming through to me and you're just letting me know you're not going to be aware of me for a while. And she had with her, which I learned since then, if you believe in, I'll say, an angelic presence, they say, which I didn't know at the time, that they're very large. And my mother had this young man next to him that had to be at least 8 feet tall. I didn't get it, but she just said, I will be here for a while. So if you need anything, call on him. So sometimes they do have to leave to do whatever it is they're doing in their own progression, if you will. But I for the first time, your first reading with me, I mean, Chris was a real hotshot. I mean, he made that presence. He made his presence known. He had an agenda, very, very strong, very strong. And again, a very high divine nature, illumination, which, because also too, it is Chris that's helping George come through to you, okay, and to both of you. It is his energy that is helping Grandpa.
Oh, great.
Yeah, and as he's learning the ropes, And in fact, I have to say, there's a little bit of impatience with George because he wants to do this on his own, and he wants to get it down immediately for you to sense, I guess, the sense and know that he is around you. So I have to say, there's a little impatience with your husband in regard to that. Let's see what else they want to say. Your husband's also singing to you. He's singing to you.
Oh, really?
Would that be something you would have done in life?
No.
Well, he's singing to you. He's like, he's singing to you. It's kind of like he wishes to woo you over again.
I'll take it.
Woo you over again. he's telling me how easy you made it for him, how easy you made life for him.
Oh, good.
And he doesn't doubt the depth of the love that you both felt. But the fact that you made it so easy for him, he's hoping that he expressed his love to you in the
Oh.
way that you needed to have it.
Oh, I got it. You gave it to me.
Okay, so, but you understand what he's saying?
Yes.
Yeah, because again, he's saying, she made it too easy for me.
I don't know why he would say that.
You took care of everything at the
Yeah,
house.
yeah.
You took care of the meals for him and having him eat healthy and everything. You talk
Yeah,
about it all
yeah.
the time.
Okay.
And he would never want you to feel that he ever took you for granted.
Oh, no, he didn't. He didn't.
That makes him, he's glad.
What did you say?
He's glad. He's
He's
happy.
glad. Oh, yeah. He's the best husband in the whole wide world. Nobody could beat him. Really. Many people agree with me too.
Kevin, he's also hoping that he was demonstrative enough in his love to you and your brother also.
Of course.
Oh, yes. Yes, he was.
I always say I am who I am because of the love of both of my parents, you know.
Yes. Yes, because he, and I think one of the reasons he stated that is he understands how compassionate a man you are, how forgiving, and how you not let things slide, but how, again, being that forgiving, that if he was remiss on something, you would never have brought it up. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but yeah. No, he was fine. It was
There was never any problem.
no.
Nothing.
I had no. It was one time when I had a friend over the house and he didn't like it or something, and I did something stupid when I was a teenager, and
Oh, yeah.
he ran after me. But that's
Oh, yeah, that's
I laugh about it now. Yeah,
okay. Okay.
You're going way, way, way back.
yeah.
Well, I believe you both when you don't have any memories of him on a lake, but I have to say, it feels like he's spending a lot of his time there on this very tranquil lake, and he's enjoying fishing. So if this is not something he's ever done.
We went to Lake George a long time ago with my parents' friends. I only remember that because I did a fishing line and I threw it out, and then the hook got stuck in the kid's head.
Oh, my God.
Ken McBride.
Oh, yeah. I know
So
Ken
that was
McBride.
like Lake George or something
Yeah.
a long time ago when I was young.
Was your dad in the same boat with you?
No, this was on a dock when I did that.
Okay, on a
But
dock.
there was a lake, and they could have been. Oh, I can't recall
Okay,
anything else about that time except
okay.
we were at a lake, and I did that. You know, just to remember that we were at a lake.
So again, he wants to let you know that he is whole again physically.
Wonderful.
And I have to say, he's making me feel that he's giving credit again to Christopher because of just as being in his company is very high vibration, is
Oh,
very healing.
wonderful.
He's apologizing if he got a little bit snappy. This is a man that does not like to be ill, that does not like to show weakness of any kind.
Right, true.
So there may have been little bouts or fits of anger that he was
Yes.
feeling, not towards anyone, more, I guess, towards himself and just the situation.
It was because of this. He needed to drink a lot of water. My mom tried to help him drink enough water, and he didn't want to. That's the only part where he snapped with the water, I
And he
think.
was nasty.
Yeah. So he's definitely apologizing for that, but he knows you understand.
Yeah, I do.
Doesn't make it right, but he knows you understand.
He had cancer, and you don't know what cancer does to your head too,
True.
Or your taste buds
or your
too.
taste buds or anything.
Yeah. Was he on the chemo and things?
Yes,
Yeah.
chemo and radiation.
And radiation, yeah. My sister-in-law is going through that now, so I understand. Yeah, because it does the metallic taste in his mouth.
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
Yeah. He's that's not there anymore.
And the doctor wanted him to drink water, or else he'd put him in the hospital, he told me.
Okay.
If he didn't get a certain amount of water in him, he'd be in the hospital. He'd have to put him in the hospital. And I didn't want him to leave me, George. I wanted to be home and take care of him. So I tried it, but I was never bossy. I'm not a bossy person. That's not
Right.
my personality.
Right.
But I would just say, just once in a while, just have a little bit more, just have a little bit, and then wait. I'm not pushing it on you badly. I'm not like that.
Yeah. Was he a bit angry with the doctor?
Well, I was.
Okay.
Yeah, the doctor was.
There was one doctor that
He was not a good doctor. He was not a nice man at all.
yeah.
Yeah, an oncologist.
Yes.
Yeah, I find with a lot of them, because of, I guess, maybe how they lose their people skills.
Yeah.
They lose that
Definitely.
sensitivity.
He wanted to
Definitely.
throw my mom out of the room or something.
And nobody ever did that to me, ever.
Yeah.
But I just want to ask a question. He thought he was God, he thought he was high and mighty.
Yeah. Your husband is making me feel, though, on some level, he knew he was not going to be able to fight it. He knew.
I'm
Yeah.
sure he did. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Those are his inner thoughts,
Yeah, and there were a lot of emotions behind that, a lot of anger, not wanting to leave his
Right.
family behind, all those things.
Of course.
So
What's going to happen next? He would say to me, what's going to happen? I said, George, you're going to be in a beautiful, beautiful place. Everybody says that. I read it all the time. So it's going to be beautiful for you. So believe me, please believe me.
good.
And it was.
Yeah,
It is beautiful where he is.
Yep. Especially
Nobody wants to come back who goes to heaven. They don't want to come back to earth.
Well, especially with who he's with.
Right.
Now, let me just see. No, I have to say he wanted to come back. He wanted to be here for you.
Always protected me. Always looked out for me. Always.
Yeah, no, he wanted.
My hero.
Yeah, he wanted to. Yeah. if you excuse the expression, he was pissed at his God.
Oh,
And who?
that is God,
Oh,
because he
Yeah.
couldn't come back.
yeah, because he couldn't come
Yeah.
back. You mean?
Yeah, because of the situation.
Right.
But it is true. Again, he's repeating, we had a good run.
Yes, and that would sound like him. He would say that. I would
Yeah,
think he would
yeah.
say that.
Was he there for the services that they had for him? Did he get to see that?
Yes. Let me just, they usually are there in attendance, but let me just, he's making me feel like there was a nice sacredness to it.
It was beautiful, absolutely beautiful ceremony.
Yeah, he's making me feel there's a very lovely sacredness to it.
Even
Let
the
her-
even the pastor said, I've done this many times. He said, but this is the most genuine, what would you say, service that, the people expressions of how he was, like we explained about, we all wrote letters about George because I couldn't get up and talk, in there. So the sons wrote letters, and my daughter-in-law wrote a letter. I wrote a letter, and what am I getting at saying now? Let me see.
Genuine.
Genuine. So I guess after reading all the letters and coming over to the house to get to know George, he wanted to get to know what kind of a man he was. So we told him to come over to the house and we'd show him his artwork and what he could do and what he did with his life and and everything. So it was very, very personal. You would think that the pastor knew him all his life, and he never even met him.
Was there actually a church service
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
as opposed to being in a funeral home?
Yeah, it was supposed to be in a funeral home, but when we saw it, it was recommended by somebody. It got my mother sick, and she reached out to the church
Yeah, because he's making me feel it happened in church.
and left a message, and the church said, we're closed, but we'll open up and have a service for
They were
you.
closed that day, and I got on the phone and I started crying. My emotions got the best of me, and I just said, "Oh dear God, something's got to give. Please make this happen." And so they heard my message, and they called me back as soon as they got the message, and they said, "We'll be open tomorrow for you." And they got this pastor who was a young pastor, and he did a beautiful, beautiful job, absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
I told him I'd remember them forever for what they did. And I told George to give him a beautiful ceremony. So
Yes.
he went off with a beautiful, beautiful ceremony.
Yeah, that's exactly what,
People
that's
knew
what, yeah,
the love we had. People knew everything about us from my letter.
yes, lovely. Yeah, because that's why I was seeing at church, and I know normally a lot of times it's held in a funeral home, but he's showing me no. And I don't know if the church had lovely wood in it, where there's, I'm just seeing these beautiful warm tones of wood, if you will, and just it had a very lovely sacred energy to it.
And they had a showing. George was there. They did the same as a funeral home would do. They had the casket open. Everybody could go and pay their respects, for about a half an hour or more. And then the service began. And the service normally takes an hour. It took an hour and a half. So it was like 2 hours altogether that George was there. And
Yes.
everybody saw him, and everything. And everything was said about him, how good he was, how he could do everything, how talented he was. They really got to know, the whole neighborhood got to know George, what he was really like. They said, wow,
Yeah, well, he was, it's obvious he was very, very happy with that. He was like, again, as I said, I was seeing a church, and he couldn't have been happier. And he was standing alongside of you. You may
Standing
be seeing
alongside of you.
him,
Oh, okay.
yeah, you may see him laid out in the coffin, but he was standing alongside of you, giving you support.
And I was very calm. That wasn't me. God had me calm, and George too. Then
Yeah.
that was the case. I was calm.
Yeah, because he's saying it had a very lovely peaceful energy to it.
Yes.
He's saying
Yes.
there was a lovely, peaceful energy to
Yes.
it.
Yes.
And he was grateful too, because I'm not saying that maybe some of the talks made people laugh a little bit, but there was not that disregard.
No, it wasn't cold, you know, it
Yeah,
was,
or
was-
sometimes,
it was warm and inviting and beautiful.
yeah, and respectful.
But yes,
It was respectful. So yes, he was very, 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 very happy with it. Now,
oh, I'm glad. I'm very glad. I did my best. I did good. I was proud of myself.
yeah, you all did well. You all did well. Now, would I be correct to say that he's buried?
No.
Was he cremated?
Yes.
Okay,
Because
so
I wanted to take him with me. I didn't
Okay.
want him buried, and I wouldn't be seeing him.
okay,
I'd be in Jersey and he'd be in Florida. So I
Gotcha.
wanted him with me.
gotcha. Makes perfect
And
sense.
then when I go, I want my ashes to go with his ashes. I always said this, and the two of us to be, you know, together forever and ever, physically and mentally, you know, and spiritually and everything else.
That you are. You already are that, but I understand. He's calming you now. He has his arms around you, and he's,
Oh,
you know, again, like stroking your back. He's calming you.
oh, thank you, thank you.
And I have to say again, Kevin, he has his hand firmly on one of your shoulders, and tears to his eyes. He cannot thank you enough. He cannot thank you enough.
Well, he deserved every bit of it.
You couldn't have made him prouder. His heart wants to burst.
Good. Well, he deserved it. It was all true. I never lie.
Oh, she's talking about how I'm taking care of you.
Oh,
He's proud of that.
oh.
That's
I
what she
thought you
changed.
meant the ceremony.
No, she switched to me.
Oh, yes. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Again, he couldn't be prouder. Your husband's used to doing things his way. And I don't mean he's pushing you that way, but he's used to, you know, and again, because of the lifestyle you have with each other, and you never rock the boat, so to speak. So this
Right.
is a man that's used to doing things the way he likes to.
Right.
Now, I do believe when they go to the spirit realm, they have what I call mentors that work with them. And these are people that are on a higher spiritual vibration, if you will, and that is their job, to help new spirits to acclimate. And there always seems to be two. And again, that piece of your husband wanting it his way, that I don't want to say he's giving them a run for their money, but you know, again, that the fact that he was angry with his God for taking him. So he has no qualms whatsoever venting to these energies that are working with him.
Mhm.
And, you know, there's no judgment. There's never anything like that. They've seen it all. But, you know, just wanting to share that with you. It seems that he spends a lot of time with a gentleman in spirit, and I'm going to describe him to you. I don't know if this is someone that he worked with, but he seems to meet on a park bench. There's a gentleman who's short. He's a short gentleman. Uh,
Father Carl.
he wears glasses. This man wears glasses. He is in either business attire or a little bit of a suit, if you will. Whether it's a business suit, I'm not sure. And I do feel like the man may have been a bit balding.
Yeah.
Does
Father
this make-
Carl,
Oh, he's a priest or a minister?
a priest.
Okay, alrighty. But no one that he worked with that looked like this.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, but again, a short gentleman,
Yes,
glasses,
short, yeah,
okay.
glasses.
Kind of a quiet personality. I don't want to say mousy, but just kind of a quiet
Yeah,
personality.
soft spoken.
Yeah. So I have to say, George, and I'm assuming he's passed on, this man.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I mean, your husband meets with him
Oh, good.
often, and they sit like on this park bench, and I'm sure again your husband is giving his views on what has happened, and
They
you
talk
know,
about current events all the time.
yeah. But this gentleman has a very calming effect on your husband.
Oh,
He's very
good.
patient with your husband. He has a very calming effect, a very healing effect. So
Mhm.
he has again connected with this man, and again they meet often.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I hope that.
He used to pray for Christopher before Christopher passed.
Oh, lovely. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Christopher that brought them together. But I wouldn't be surprised if this man was also there when your husband made his transition.
Yes, he was there first. He died.
Yeah, but she wouldn't be surprised if
Yeah,
he was there, like with
yeah.
Christopher, to greet him.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Father Carl thought Dad knew everything about everything. He would ask him questions like Dad would know everything.
Yeah.
He respected him so much.
He's also shown me a woman that he's aware of, that she's there. I have to say, he doesn't feel like he's super anxious to be in her company. I'll describe what I'm seeing.
Mhm.
I don't know if she's a relative or possibly a wife of a friend, but she's a tall woman, quite tall. I'm kind of seeing, if you will, a Lauren Bacall type.
Yeah.
The
No?
hair is kind of wavy a bit. It's a brownish blonde. Again, she's tall. She's not heavy set at all.
She's not what?
Not heavy set.
Oh, slim.
Kind of a
Business type?
well, not a flashy dresser. She's not a lot of jewelry, not a lot of flash. She kind of has on
You don't
a
know.
one-piece dress. Would you be aware who this woman is?
Oh, no. Maybe somebody he worked with.
It may be. It may be. Okay, but you wouldn't know her.
No.
Okay. But he's just, for whatever reason, he's projecting her and wants you to know that she is there also. She's passed. He's making me feel she's been there for a while. The
Could be
age that she looks like she's a woman in her at least 50s or 60s.
Oh, it could be Judy. It could be somebody that he was her boss. She was a salesperson, and
Okay.
she had a disease a long time ago, and he was always concerned about her.
Okay.
He wondered if she still made it, if she still was alive.
Okay. Well, if this is who this is,
Could be
he's just
her.
projecting that. He's just projecting.
Could be
Did you
her.
have that? Would you know what she looked like?
Yes.
Would that description fit her a
Yeah,
little
that
bit?
could be her. Yeah.
Okay.
I
All right.
know.
Okay. Well, for whatever reason, he hasn't hooked up with her as of yet. Their paths haven't crossed, but he's aware of her energy being there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because she feels like she has a strong energy. Are there any Chucks? Any reason why I'm hearing the name Chuck?
Chuck? Somebody years ago, many, many years ago.
You mean, could they be here still, or it has to be passed?
Have to be passed. Oh, it's-
Wait,
Chuck. He's saying this name, Chuck. I mean, if I were to guess, I would imagine they're in spirit, but don't. I'm just hearing the name Chuck. That's all I can
right,
say.
because I know somebody who's alive, because Chuck is a nickname for Charlie, right?
Okay.
And he had a good friend, Charlie, who was very distraught after Dad passed.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
don't,
No, he was never called Chuck though. Charlie was Charlie.
I understand, but maybe
Yeah.
he's calling him that. I don't know.
Okay. All right. All I'll say is I'm just hearing that name.
Okay.
Your father's saying that name. Okay. And usually if they're in spirit, I'll kind of see a body, but I wasn't seeing. So maybe it's still somebody on the earth plane. When Chris was young, would you go to the shore?
Yeah, he liked the beach.
The only reason I'm saying he showed me, when your little kid's having a pail and filling the pail with sand and making
Yeah.
and turning it over,
Yeah, he would go with friends or something. I went a couple of times, but
okay.
he went. Definitely, I wasn't as much of a beach person, so he may have gone with friends a lot more.
Okay. You
But
just
he
showed,
definitely liked the water and the pool.
yeah. So just showed memories. And again, Dad getting out more, getting out and having fun. Peg, I feel, and again, I'm just whoever wishes to come through. I'm aware of a lady in spirit wanting to make her presence known to you. I don't know. She feels like either a sister-in-law, or a very good friend that you would have felt sisterly towards.
Josie,
Also
a
could
friend,
be
a friend.
Flo also.
Yeah, or Florence,
Okay, let me feel her energy.
sister-in-law or a friend.
Okay, I like this woman's energy very much. She's very comfortable in the domestic scene. She has a good mind, but I think she enjoyed being a homemaker for her family. Would this make sense with one of them?
I can't answer that question. It could be Josie. It could be Josie.
And Josie's a friend?
Josie's a friend, yeah. We used to play cards with a group of people.
Okay, yeah, because she does
Josie and I
feel,
clicked
it feels
together.
sociable with her.
They brought me into the group, and Josie and I clicked right away.
Who was she married to?
She was married to Charlie.
So she was married to Charlie, if that's the
Okay, maybe that's what was coming through before. She's been gone for a while.
Yes, about 8 years.
Yeah, because this doesn't feel recent.
Right.
Well, she's definitely coming and saying hello to you.
Oh, I think about her, yeah.
Yeah, and she's giving you her sympathies at your loss.
Okay.
Yeah, I like her heart energy. She has very nice heart energy. Very
Yeah.
caring person.
Yes.
Yeah, she enjoyed your company a lot.
Yep. I enjoyed hers.
Yeah.
She was my favorite of the card group that we played with. She was
Yeah,
my favorite.
she was saying there's never any drama with you.
No.
So maybe with some of the others in the group, there could have been a little drama, but
Yeah,
never with you.
Yeah, there was drama with one person.
Yeah. And I don't know whether the two of you would share, eyes together, like, oh, here we go again or whatever, but she just very enjoyed your company and enjoyed your company. And I feel this is why she's coming through to give you support also.
Oh, good.
So,
good.
yeah.
I'll have to talk to her.
Yeah. Did she also pass from cancer?
Yes, she did.
Yeah, yeah,
She
because
died from cancer.
yeah, because she's making me feel the similarity between her and George.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
that's Josie then.
yeah, yeah. I'm trying to. I'm not sure if she's. Would you have met your husband on Earth?
Yes, yes. We were part of the card group.
Oh, okay. It was men
Play
and
cards
women.
together in games.
Okay, okay, alrighty. Okay. She's making me feel that she hasn't uh, gone up to him yet or interrupting him yet. She's aware of, the bond with his grandson and with the mentors that he's
She
working
doesn't
with.
talk to dad yet.
Oh,
So she's aware, and she will make her presence known. It's
Oh.
almost kind of like that feeling. I mean, I'll take him out to lunch, that kind of thing.
yeah.
But she's still just keeping her distance while he's still acclimating, is what she's making me feel.
Okay,
But she wants to let you know I will reach out to him,
okay, good.
and she'll let him know that she's also come through to you.
Yeah, great, good.
Okay, nice lady, very
I
nice
like
lady.
that.
Okay. Okay. Was Chris into dinosaurs at all?
Um, I guess so. I mean, there's several kids movies that are dinosaurs, and
Yeah,
then
what he's talking about. He seems to know that those new Jurassic Park movies are out,
okay,
and that he would like to watch them. So I'm just throwing that out there also.
I'll go see it.
Yeah, okay. I'm sure if you do, he'll be right alongside you.
I just want to show you a quick picture. When you
Sure.
talked about him before with the beach with shovels, does that?
You
see him?
got it.
Yeah.
Yep, because he had turned it over.
Yes.
Yep, you got it. Okay. Yeah, good. He wants you both to have a plan. He
Who, Dad
wants,
or Christopher?
Christopher
Okay.
wants you both to have a plan, if you will. Creating a plan of something to look forward to. Uh, uh, as you've told me, Kevin, you're home now, and I know you're a support system for your mom. Lovely, lovely, and but doesn't want either one of you becoming too complacent.
Okay.
Yeah, so not only making short-term plans, but also long-term, 3 months, 6 months, a year from now, working towards something. Peg, with your instability with your walking, have you gone to therapy?
Well, I started to go in Sarasota, and it takes a long, long time. You know what I mean? I wouldn't see too much improvement, but it just takes a long time. And I go to a chiropractor all the time with Kevin, and I asked the chiropractor that, and he said, not really. It doesn't do too much.
So do you mind explaining to me what the health issue, what it is? that it can't be really rehabilitated.
Well, I have peripheral artery disease, which is plaque in my legs. It starts in your ankles and it goes through your whole body, up into your backside, your thighs, and up into your, and that's from, I said, why do I have plaque? I never eat, I was always healthy, eating healthy all the time. I didn't have fats and all kinds of stuff that contains fats. He said, but you did smoke, didn't you? I said, yes, I did. He said, that's what did it. So I had terrible pains in my legs. It was terrible, agonizing pain till I went to the doctor and I got a blood thinner, and I take a blood thinner every morning without fail.
Okay.
The first thing I put in my mouth is this blood thinner, and it takes the pain away. But I can't do much. I can't walk 2 blocks, and I was a walker. George and I walked the neighborhood all the time. We used to run years ago, but then we became walkers, So what was it?
So with that thing, her legs get tired.
My legs get
Yeah.
tired.
That's nothing to do with the balance. The balance is a separate issue.
That's a separate
Gotcha.
issue.
Okay.
Crystals in my ears aren't going where they're supposed to go. They float
Oh,
around,
okay.
and instead of going into certain channels in my head or whatever you want to call them, they move around, and that's what causes the dizziness. But
Okay.
I don't get really dizzy. I just get off balance now. I don't get dizzy. I used to get dizzy, but that's gone.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for that explanation. I do have to say though, and again, I'm not trying to like witch doctor woo stuff, but I feel like there may be through alternative medicine, I feel like there may be something that you could be taking that would help the plaque issue.
Helps a lot.
Plaque issue.
Oh, yeah, I am taking that blood thinner for the
Well,
plaque.
but that could also help you that you don't get tired, she's saying.
Yeah, I feel like there's,
Improvement.
yeah, I
maybe.
feel like there's an herb or something you could be
Oh.
taking that would help reduce it. So I'm just putting that out there. I don't know if you're open to going to, it almost feels like there may be a Chinese herb or something that you could be taking that would give you some, I just feel like it's helping the plaque disintegrate, if you will. So that's up to you if you want to investigate that.
There's such a thing as a vascular surgeon that,
But she's talking a natural remedy.
I know you're talking natural. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be great.
Yeah, so maybe it's something you may want to go online or
Yeah.
Yeah,
investigate.
right.
We'll
Yeah,
look
and just
Kevin
see.
checks everything out.
Yeah, nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Right, exactly. Thank you, Peggy, for the advice.
Yeah, and I have to say it was Christopher making me feel, was kind of pushing that.
Okay. See, I could walk around the kitchen, for exercise, and I do that, but I can't walk in the street more than 2 blocks.
Gotcha.
Then I try to go shopping with Kevin to get drapes for the dining room in here to change the drapes. And I could only take 10 minutes of being out there, and the legs started, it was so tired, I had to stop.
Okay.
So, and I love shopping, but
Yeah.
now I can't shop.
With my dad, we got him one of those little scooters.
Yeah, I have
No,
3
but-
of them here.
She's talking
Oh.
about something you sit down on and it.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
we take him to this, I'd be able to take my dad to the mall and he could,
she means
scoot all over the place.
You mean a walker?
You mean a walker or a thing you sit in with a
Yeah,
motorized?
a motorized,
Oh,
it's like a motorized chair, if you will,
I see.
that
I
you
see.
you sit in and it has a basket and,
Yeah.
we were able to bring my dad to the mall and.
And that fits in the trunk of the car?
Yeah, it did. Yeah. It fit in the trunk of the car. Yeah. And nowadays, I'm sure there's so many more lighter versions of it.
Right.
And we take him to the boardwalk. We could take him everywhere, and he loved it. He loved it. So just
So,
another thing, maybe.
yeah, mom has to get over the pride issue. She won't go out with a walker now because she doesn't want to see people see
Okay.
her using a walker, I think.
Okay.
It took her years and years and years to get hearing aids because she didn't want people to
Okay.
see that she had a hearing aid.
Vanity, thy name is
You
woman.
know, I'm vain, I guess. I never look my age. Everyone tells me I don't look my age
Right.
all my life, and I didn't want to go out with that and feel old. It's terrible, you know.
Yeah.
But
No, but
I'm getting better like that now.
Yeah.
I never used to say that how old I was. I wouldn't say
If you
how
get
old.
something like that, then we can go out to places instead of
Yeah.
staying home all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember the name of the company. I just, but I'm sure if you Google it, you'll find.
Yeah, I'll look.
Yeah, and they're no, there was my father loved it. My father loved it, and it gave him his freedom back. You know,
Right.
it gave
Right.
him freedom. So something to think about. Again, one of those long term, one of those goals to work towards.
Right.
What time?
1:38.
What time?
There's no time. Whatever. What are you talking
Is-
about?
I don't, never mind.
But is your mom getting tired?
No.
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. So let's just see what else wants to come through. Again, I can't comment enough on Christopher's energy. He's such a beautiful, beautiful spirit. It's like he's just giving you a big bear hug, a big bear hug.
Yeah.
And
I don't either remember or don't have dreams, and I wish I did, or I wish I could do something to help me either get dreams or remember dreams, because if he comes to me, I'm not remembering it, and I hate that.
okay, are you aware of him physically around you, the waking state?
The only time the only thing that I see that maybe is signs is water bottles or soda bottles that are either full or empty, where they are popping out of nowhere.
Okay, so that's a symbol that you see. Okay. Now. So I may have said this to you before, I don't know. So what you want to do, because you are capable of having your own mediumistic experience, you want to find a comfortable place to sit. Not too comfortable that you may fall asleep.
Right.
You want to be in an erect position. They say what they call the tween times are more magical times, if you will, and that would either be dusk or dawn. But it doesn't have to be. You want to be routine with it. So if there's a certain time of day that you sit, you want to try to sit at the same time. You may want to start with like 3 times a week. So you would sit quietly. You would have a pad and pencil next to you. I feel your guides, the ones who work with you, are telling me that you may have, you're a thinker. Would you understand that you're very, you think a lot, you're in your mind a lot. Does that make sense?
At times, I guess, yeah.
Yeah. So it's being able to get out of what I'll call the monkey mind. So what you'll do is you'll sit very quietly and try to get, all the thoughts that keep popping in your head, shoved to the back burner, if you will. And you want to use your breath. A breath is very important in this work. So I'd like you to sit quietly. And first, you're just going to take a very deep inhalation. And on the exhalation, just calming your body.
Right.
So you'll do that a few times, taking in a deep breath and just allowing your body to relax. And you may want to start at the crown of your head and just allowing the body to relax, going down, allowing the jaws to relax, all those things until you're feeling, as I would say, more comfortable. And we follow the breath. Be very conscious of following the breath like a surfboard, because then your attention is being focused on something, and it's pushing the mind in the back. And as you are breathing in, imagine that you are breathing in the spirit realm where Chris resides. So you're bringing the spirit world closer to you. And it is right here. It is right here. Again, as I said, it's just kind of just tweaking ourselves a bit. We use our imagination a lot in the beginning, because many people will say, I've done that. And, I hear a voice and I either think it's my voice just answering my questions, or it's my imagination. Well, spirit works through the imagination. Just as dreams are our imagination, spirit will work through the imagination of a dream or through your own daytime daydreaming. So you want to imagine. It is not passive. You are not sitting meditating. You are being active. And this for you also, Peg, with your husband. You are being active. I'm not just sitting here waiting for something to happen. I am, hello, I'm here. That type of energy. I'm expecting to hear from you. So you go to it with that attitude. Okay. So you're sitting there, you're opening your mind up and invite Chris in. Hi, son, I know you're around me. I really wish to feel your presence. I'd love to hear your voice. And I'm going to sit here and I'm going to imagine that you are here, that we've made this connection. And then what you do is you'll ask a question. What do you do with your day? What do you do with your day? And just sit quietly. And it depends upon what clairs you work with. Some people work clairvoyantly, they see pictures. Clairaudiently, some people, you'll hear his voice. Clairsentience, you'll sense it. And claircognizance. And with you, I think your claircognizance is strong and your clairsentience. Claircognizance is, I don't know how I know, but I just know it. And I think that's strong with you. So you'll just sit there and Chris, I'm going to have a conversation with you. This is what I did today, blah, 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 blah. And how was your day? What do you want me to know? And just sit quietly and stretch that ear, stretch all your senses and see what you feel, see, hear. You may not have success immediately, but if you do it constantly, it eventually will open it up and you will receive something, especially because our desire and intent are very, very important in this work. So you have a strong desire to have this. Do not doubt yourself. I sense sometimes you can be hard on yourself and you can doubt yourself. And what that does, it just shuts you down. So you want to go in with a very positive outlook that I'm going to have success. And you keep doing this until you're aware of something. And if something doesn't happen immediately, you may find some other phenomena happen the same day, the next day, where you've caught his attention and he's letting you know. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Also now with
Okay.
the dream state. Now, let me just see. Do you normally remember your dreams?
No.
Okay, so that, yeah, I was wondering. So that right there, the fact that you're not remembering your dreams is one of the issues.
Right.
Okay. You dream every night. We dream many times during the night. We usually remember the ones right before we wake up. Okay. Do you take any kind of medications that would dampen your remembrance of your dreams?
I take the only one I take is a blood pressure medicine, but
Okay.
other than that, I take all natural stuff.
Okay. But you take nothing to like no dose or any of that kind of stuff to make you sleep?
No.
Okay. And your blood pressure medicine shouldn't affect that because I'm on blood pressure too, so I understand. Okay. So what you want to do is before going to bed, you don't want a lot of electronics. You don't want to be on the computer. You don't want to be watching TV until that last hour. So you
Right.
want at least an hour or so of just calming, whatever, whether you want to just listen to music before going to bed. You're going to go to bed with the intention of, I am going to remember my dreams. And you're going to tell yourself that, I will remember my dream. In fact, you're going to keep a pen and pencil by your bedstand, in case in the middle of the night you have to run to the John or something, you have that there to write down any impressions that you may have received. Okay. So you're just gonna announce to the universe, I wish to remember my dreams. I am going to remember my dream. And you may take a few days. It may take a few days, but then you see how that works for you. See how that works for you.
Okay.
Are you usually a sound sleeper all during the night, or do you toss and turn or wake up?
I might wake up here and there, but not for long. I generally sleep good until
Okay.
the early morning.
Okay.
I've had a problem lately. I don't know if he knows about it, but my back, I get sharp pains in my back. I think there's some kind of a
Stenosis?
early arthritis or something between the vertebrae of the spines.
Okay, or stenosis, a narrowing?
I don't know about that.
Okay, alrighty. Okay.
So
So are you taking pain pills before you go to bed?
no, I sometimes I take CBD gummies.
Okay, all right.
And otherwise, that's it. I take my brother told me to try the glucosamine chondroitin pills, so I've been taking them for
Okay,
about a month now.
okay, good. I hope you're getting relief from it.
Yeah, it's generally when I first get up, and then once I'm up and moving around,
Okay.
it's fine.
How's your mattress?
Good. I got a new one, so
Okay.
it's not the mattress. Sometimes I could lay in a recliner or something, and if I'm laying for an hour and I get up, the same kind of thing can happen. So it's not like tied to the mattress.
Okay.
It's a good mattress now. It's a new bed.
Okay. So again, try what I just suggested for welcoming dreams, and they do tell you when you first wake up in the morning, if you can hold off having to run to the bathroom or anything. They just want you to stay quiet in the same position that you're in, and see what you can recall.
Okay.
See what you can recall. You don't want to get up and make a lot of movement.
Right.
So give that a shot.
Okay.
And Chris is here with us. So Chris, make asking him to make that effort with coming through your dream state. But okay. All right. So let's just see what else.
Oh, okay.
It's almost time.
So there's no,
Almost 2:00.
Okay.
53.
it's not gonna, there's no like clock thing. So just go to the bathroom and come back.
Oh, okay.
Mom just has to run to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, yeah, go ahead, please do. Take your time.
Yeah, next time,
Hold it long.
don't hold it too long next time.
Yeah, I know.
There you go, up you go. Take your time.
Okay, I'm not. Okay.
Okay.
All right, yeah. So it's been an adjustment for you. It's been, yeah. So are there any other questions that you wanted to ask?
I think just separately, because my brother is not here for this, and I have to talk to him about it. I don't know his ideology on this whole area. I'd love to see if you'd want to have his own separate reading done, because it would be good for him to get some validations from my dad at least.
Sure.
He's seen some signs, but I think we'd wait for you to talk with him to talk about it. I just wouldn't want to like a little blip of stuff for him here. I'd rather have him have a nice long talk with you, because he can use it.
Sure, if he's open to it.
Yeah, I'll talk to him about it. I would.
Yeah, yeah. So you want him to have a session by himself?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. And is he in New Jersey also?
No, he's in Florida, a
Okay.
different part of Florida, but he.
Okay. Okay. Is if I recall, at one point he was single. Is he still single?
No, he's been. I think he got married in 2010 or 11. So
Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Okay. I don't know why I thought he was single. Okay. Yeah. No. Sure. If he's open to it, I'll gladly set up a. I do prefer Zoom to phone.
okay.
And
Yeah, we'll get it working on one of his computers. I'm sure he has had to have it because he's a chiropractor, so he might have had to attend some kind of a sessions in places, especially during COVID, when he had to do it for his profession to keep up with his license and stuff.
oh, yeah,
So
the
I'm sure
Zoom, you mean the Zoom, you mean? Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, no, if he's open, if he's open to it, that's fine. I just never, yeah, I've had many times, and it's usually women that do it, that will push, especially when, let's say, a man has lost their wife or something, they'll push the man, have a reading, and they really don't, they're really not ready or open to this. So we always want somebody who's, yeah, that he's fine with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, yeah.
For my dad, I had gotten something in his remembrance. I just don't know if he's noticed it or not.
Okay, let me just see. Okay, is it something outside in nature?
Outside in nature?
Yeah, I mean, are you talking about like a plaque on a
No.
bench? Oh, okay, all right, or a tree in his name? Okay, let me just see. Did you get a tattoo?
I did.
Okay, yeah, because here I'm going out here, and then all of a sudden, he should know he got a tattoo. Okay, all right. Let me push myself and see if I mean, is it I mean, this sounds corny, but is it like a heart with dad on it?
It's not a heart, but it's a similar shape. I can tell me when and I'll show it to you, but
Yeah, no, show it to me, because at this point I'm guessing.
See it?
Oh yeah. Oh, Superman.
Superman emblem, yeah.
Oh, how lovely.
And a saying on it.
What, I can't read the words.
The words is "Not all heroes wear capes."
Oh,
Then it
lovely.
says, "Until we meet again, Dad."
Lovely. Oh, lovely. Yeah, obviously, he's the one that told me it was a tattoo. So yeah, obviously he's seen it. Let me just see. He, again, when he's dealing with you, he gets very teary. He gets teared up, and uh, uh, again with his love for you and all that you're doing, and just the perfect son, if you will. But yeah,
He always was a perfect son, always.
yeah,
Since he was little, he was the greatest kid to raise, easiest kid to raise. The other one was a terror, but he's wonderful now.
but good.
He
Good.
just was hyperactive, the other one.
Well,
I love him dearly, though.
of course you do. Of course you do. Yes, yes. So, that's a lovely remembrance, as you said.
I'm wondering if Christopher and my father ever talk about, because I have a Christopher tattoo also. If they talk about,
It feels, yes. As I said, Christopher is very comfortable
right,
where he is. It's when I say it's home to him, it's just he just acclimates so very, very well. It's still new to your dad,
right,
and it's almost like Christopher's taking your dad's hand and showing him the ropes, if you will, and your father goes gladly. Your father goes gladly.
He adored Christopher.
There's also, this may just be the way that I'm seeing it or expressing it. When he greeted your dad at the age that he was when Christopher passed, like for recognition, if you will. But now, again, they don't have physical form, but the way they're showing me, it's the mature Christopher that is with your dad now. So
right.
it's that is showing him, and again, they don't have physical bodies, but again, they have to show me that so I understand. But again, it's the more mature, energy of Chris that your father is with now.
Okay.
But it was an adjustment, and he did that for the comfort level for your father, which was very, as always, a very considerate young man, very considerate, and that has always been. Yeah, can't express enough. And I was going to say, he can't express enough the depth of his love for you, but then he kind of cut me off and he said, remind my father that I chose him. Yeah, again, I maybe said this before. I believe it's the children, the spirit that chooses the parent, not the other way around, because they're coming in with understanding what their contract is.
Right.
They're understanding what it is they need to achieve in this life, they need to learn in this life. And again, remind my father of all the millions and millions of spirits on earth I could have chosen. I chose you.
Yeah, you've told me that before.
Yeah.
I never forgot it.
Yeah, I chose you. And
It's beautiful.
yeah, oh, it is. It's amazing. Even with adopted children, I have to say they may pick the biological parent, but then they also have a lot to do with the ones who adopt them.
Right.
But yeah, no, he's yeah.
Do you have any other questions, Mom?
Yeah.
She's going to listen. Do you have questions?
What did they do in heaven? I don't know what they do.
Like,
How they spend their days.
how does he spend his days? Is it for Dad or for Christopher?
Both of them.
Like, how was he spending their days? What are they?
Yeah, well, with your husband, as I said before, he does have time that he has to, I'll say, go to school. As I said, there's those two mentors that work with your husband. and he has to show up so often and just sit and talk, and discuss how he's acclimating to his new world, any venting that he wants to do. So that is part of his routine, if you will. Again, he's spending a lot of time with your grandson. As I said, your grandson, I feel like kind of brought him around. And I always kind of felt that whatever we wish the spirit realm to be, it will be as we're acclimating to the energy. So by that, I mean, if you always wanted a beautiful little cottage in the woods, that's what it will be for you in the beginning, until you start acclimating to, oh, I don't have the body anymore, so I do believe in those things. So I'm aware of, again, Christopher bringing him around, showing him the sights, if you will. I was aware of, again, as I said, that one gentleman, you said he was a pastor, spending time with him. So they keep themselves busy. They keep themselves busy. And also too, you have to understand, a lot of his energy is being spent being around you. It's kind of like, I feel like they get like they're in the service and they get a furlough, if you will. And I think depending on the need for either the spirit or the loved ones that they left here, they are given that leeway of, having their energy also being projected to the earth plane. So a lot of his time is doing that. A lot of his time is doing that. I do believe they can be in more than one place at one time. So when you were still in Florida, your husband could have been visiting you in Florida, but he's also aware of his two sons, where they are, and being with them also. So they do have that power of their spirit being in multiple places at one time.
Right.
So so does that help you at all?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So no, they keep busy. I think there's a time when they are learning. They some believe we go through what we call a life review, and it's not a judging God, but it's ourselves looking at our own life and seeing things that, gee, I could have done this better, or again, a learning experience for all of them. One of the things our teachers will tell us, that any spirit that I have worked with, I will meet them when I pass over. So we always want to make sure that we don't put words in a spirit's mouth. We can only do our best, and I can only do what I believe it is that I'm receiving. But I have to be very conscious of, okay, not everybody that's lost a loved one had a good relationship with them. And I don't have the right, let's say there was an abusive father, I don't have the right to say, oh, your father's here and he's so sorry that he did what he did to you, because that may not be the case, if that makes sense to you. So so we always have to be aware of what we believe the spirit is truly trying to impart to the loved ones. But so that but no, he's so again, I do feel they spend time evolving, the same way, and I may have said this before, the same way on earth, every one of us is on a spiritual path, whether we're conscious of it or not, it doesn't matter. And so you could have a nothing against, again, a ditch digger. You could have somebody that gets up every day, goes to work, but has no concept whatsoever of any great creator, any God energy. They just may feel like, I'm going to be here one time and that's it. And that's where they are their vibration. But at the same time, you can have the Dalai Lamas, the Mother Teresa's. You can have all these people who are of a higher vibration within this dimension. The same thing where your husband is. There are ones that have just passed over. There's still embodied, if you will, in their humanness of what they were when they were here. But then you'll have a spectrum of those who are higher. That will be the teachers, all that. So I find it very, very interesting. Find it interesting. There's, I'm trying to remember the man's, Michael Weber. There were two books, Journey of the Soul, and one of them was definitely Journey of the Soul. It's very interesting reading. I'm trying to think. I want to say his name was Michael Weber or something along that. Journey of the Soul and something else of the soul. So maybe a book that you want to purchase or get from the library or rent. I mean, on Kindle or something. But it's interesting what happens in the book. I've read so many, I mix them up. But it's where he has, I believe with this gentleman, he has regressed his patience. He regresses his patience, and they remember where they'll go back to another life. Okay. And they'll talk about what happens between lives, things like that, which is very, very interesting. And when they're between lives, they're in the spirit realm, and many of them will talk about their experiences. So you may find, if you enjoy that type of metaphysical book, you may enjoy that. But
I went once for a reading, and they told me that Christopher and I had a life together in the past, and at that time he was joking, maybe next time he'll be my dad instead of me being the dad.
There you go. But it is interesting, and you'll have people that can regressionists that can do that for you also, where they they'll regress you, and past lives will come up, and and they'll always tell you to look for people that you know today as you're regressing. I've had it done. I've had great success with that, not doing it, but being the patient, if you will.
Right.
It's an interesting experience.
I have just a quick question. Were you like greeted differently from my father when you called in his presence because he knew you, here on earth before? Is it different than someone who doesn't know you?
Yes, I believe that had something to do with it. When I was sitting 15 minutes earlier, I'll sit and they know, spirit knows that the reading is going to take place. A lot of times they're instrumental in, not necessarily the case like you, because you do this usually like on an annual basis. So they know that routine, but it's usually with new people that they'll actually set up the reading for them to come for spirit, for their loved ones. But when I was sitting earlier, I was, again, I was very much aware first of Christopher's energy. It's very distinct. But then I was immediately aware of your father's energy, wanting to get the show on the road, So yes, and I have physically met your father. So yes, it was easier. It's easier for me to connect, if you will, because I've been in his energy before, and he had a very strong presence, very strong presence, obviously wanting to, connect with both of you, but, with his wife, with Peg, wanting, to have this meeting. So yes, I do feel, it's a good question. I do feel yes.
Were his parents there also to greet him when he crossed over?
Me just guessing, I would say I would think so, but let me just see if he'll imprint something. definitely Christopher. I'm getting a vague feeling, definitely his father. Uh, you would think a lot of times maybe more the mother or both, but uh, it just feels like, yes, it feels like the energy was there. But I do have to say, the vision I'm getting, it's almost like he spots Christopher, and it's almost like Christopher takes his hand and is off with him. I mean, I have to say that's what it feels like. In that book that I mentioned,
Right.
and again, there's two of them, and so I'm not sure which one, but we don't realize we come into this world and we have many characters in our play. So we come here with the contract and there's a play. You know, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. I'm supposed to be learning from you. And some people are just like what I'll call bit players. And there was one person when he was regressed and where he went, I believe it was he saw his parents or his father. And hey, he was really trying to get the man's attention in this crowd of people. And the man just looked at him kind of like, yeah, and went on his way. And he explained it took, in his growth in the spirit realm, it took him a while, but believe it or not, his father was not meant to be a very important influence in his spiritual path.
That's
Okay.
right.
And they may have had that kind of relationship too. So not everyone is, again, a star in our life, even though
Right.
and if you heard the spirit at first, it hurt him very much, but then I guess as he acclimated and started understanding, he had accepted that. But
Let me add one other quick question. Like his other grandfather on Roseanne's side, Roseanne's father had crossed over maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
okay.
Was he? And I know he loved Christopher a lot
Oh, yeah.
here while he was here. Did he? And my father knew him too.
Was he a tall? Was he?
No, he was shorter.
Okay. I'd say, was one of the grandfathers a tall, thinner man?
George wasn't tall.
But your father at all?
No. Tall, thin man? My father was a tall, thin man. But he's gone 20 something. Oh, long
Doesn't matter how long they're gone.
time.
It's just that when you said grandfather,
60
the
years
first,
ago, he's gone 60 years.
yeah, that means nothing. That means nothing in the world of spirit. Even though he's gone 60 years, he understands who your grandson is. So as soon as you said grandfather, the image that they projected to me, that did have connect. I'm seeing a taller, thin man, but let me just see. Was he a very loving, kind man?
No.
Okay, no, then I'm not sensing.
He was a drinker. He was a drunkard. I had a bad childhood.
No, I'm talking about Christopher's grandfather on his other side.
Oh, what was the question?
Was he a kind, loving man?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, because I have to say I'm aware of, as soon as you said a shorter gentleman, I'm aware of a grandfather energy. The man seems kind of quiet, on the quiet side, kind-hearted. I mean, if that's his energy,
I guess so. Yeah.
yeah. But then I would say yes, they did meet.
Okay.
Um, um, who is the gentleman in spirit? He's also gives a tall appearance. I would say at least maybe 5'10". The age that he is showing me is a man probably in his, I'll guess, 50s or 60s. But I want to go back to the 1960s
Oh,
because the kind of suit this man has, it's kind of what they wore in the 1960s. You know, that like silvery shark skin or whatever they used to call it. He had dark hair and he has a bit of a belly. You know, I'm seeing him,
Really?
a profile of this man. So he looks kind of tall. He has black hair. He's fair skinned, but his profile, he's quite round, you know, from like the chest down.
no, I don't know anyone.
I don't know.
He's in a business suit. He has black shoes on, polished shoes, and in a silver, kind of like a silvery suit on. Because I have to say, Christopher's projecting this,
Okay.
that this man is here also.
No.
But you have to go back. It's probably somebody you know, Peg, because they're going back to the 1960s. This man would have been that age in the 1960s,
Oh,
50.
1960s.
No brother-in-laws or uncles or anyone like that.
No.
Brother-in-laws or uncles.
Harry was short though. Harry was round but short, but he didn't have black hair. He was half bald.
Yeah, no, this guy's got a pretty good head of hair on him.
No, I don't know.
Okay, and he does. I would imagine he's Irish looking at him. Okay, all right, I'll just put him on the sideline.
Okay.
I'll put him on the sideline. But,
And then,
Oh,
anything else? Any other questions?
no, I can't think of anything other than they're taught to go
Yeah.
to get lessons and they learn things.
okay.
Okay.
Alrighty, so let me just let them know. Well, they do know.
I did think,
I already did. I sent her a check.
oh, I see. Oh,
Okay, yes, thank you, and I did receive it.
Thank you.
Okay, so, you know, just rest assured, George is with you. He is around you. Where else would he want to be? It's basically, he's saying, where else would I be? Where else would I be? So every opportunity this man has, he is around you. So, and as I said, as you're, you know, as you become better with the grieving, you'll be more aware of his presence. Because as I said, you know, he showed me sitting alongside you when you're going to bed. He's holding your hand. He's sitting with you watching television. You know, all those things, And again, he's reminding you, you are still here. You've got to live your life. You've got to get on with your life. You know, never doubt that we'll meet again. You know that. But you know, patience and just you know, of course he just wants you to be happy. He wants you to be happy, and you know, as best can, right?
Right.
Okay. And again with it's funny. So Christian is now returning to the young boy, and again, you know, his love for you. It's wow. He's just, you know, the smile that he has, and this generous heart, and you know, there's this wonderful mind that he has. Very, very special. Very, very, very special spirit. And you know, many have come through, but he's one of a kind. He truly is one of a kind, and you know, how wonderful that he chose you.
Thank
Yeah, always. Okay, everybody. So again, Peg, so sorry for your loss, and Kevin, you also.
Thank you.
This is a man that loved you both very, very deeply. Loved you both very deeply, and you'll always have that. You'll always have that.
We enjoyed you, Peggy.
Oh, thank you. I'm
You're the
glad.
best. You're the best.
Okay, alrighty.
I'll
Well,
talk to my brother and I'll let you know.
okay,
I'll
yeah,
probably
yeah.
try to treat him to that.
That would be lovely.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys.
Okay.
So much happiness to you. Enjoy your summer. And as your Christmas say, make your plans.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Take care.
Bye.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh,
I
thank
love
you.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Okay.